Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
Thank you guys for joining us. We have such a good topic today. YouTube, right? YouTube is it's like the mecca of content, right? Social media is great, but it's ephemeral. It comes and it goes. And it's really amazing to build our social media following. But the thing about YouTube is that we can clone ourselves and we can build an entire library of content that can be accessed by our prospects, by our clients, and it feels really special to have that legacy that you're building. So anyone is eligible to do a YouTube video. And the one thing that I will say is that you don't even need to share your face on your YouTube videos, because we know what it's like to get yourself prepped and dolled up and the cameras and the lights, and it's a whole job. So with simple technology, you can actually build up a YouTube channel where you don't have to always be on camera. So please put in the comments what problems you're trying to solve. If you've had successes or failures using YouTube, love to learn about those. And then we'd always love to learn where you're tuning in from. Darius?
Yeah, if you guys, I'd be interested to see how many of you guys have started a YouTube channel already, have put more than one video up there. I'd be interested to get the vote count on that because I mentioned a couple of weeks ago I was at some leadership trainings for real estate owners and brokers and top producing agents, and that was again another common theme is they're like everyone should have a YouTube channel at this point. Every agent should have a channel because it's free lead generation. Well, the opportunity cost is your time, but it's again much more affordable than other forms of lead generation, much more profitable. So yeah, just curious. Any successes? Wow, there you go, Boyd. 2,000 videos, incredible. So Boyd will be our case study here, buddy. We're going to talk to you now. So started for a client in 2011. Very good. Bunch of videos. Been a while since you've done one though. Very good, Blake. Appreciate that input. So,
Boyd and Blake, could you please put your YouTube links in the comments? We'd like to support you. We'd like to support your channel and subscribe. Boyd, was that YouTube channel for you or for a client?
looks like for a client in this
Started
case.
for a client. Okay. So Boyd, I hope you also have your own YouTube channel.
Right. Peter, 21 videos. Nice. Not bad. Not bad. So good. We got a couple of people, a couple of brave souls that have put themselves out there already. And this aligns really well with what Dubb does, right? Guys, we're already using video. And so using it in conjunction with YouTube is going to be a very natural segue, or vice versa. If you're already in YouTube, you may have found it a much easier time coming into Dubb. Alabama, Diana has over 300 videos. Incredible. So love it, you guys. We can show you too. In today's training, we're going to show you guys how to set up a new channel. So if you don't already have one, which it seems like the majority of us here don't have one yet. So we're going to show you guys how to set up a new channel. And more importantly, we're going to show you how to create the type of content that's actually going to bring you business. That's going to get you more views, subscribers, more play time on your videos. So that's what we're discussing today, is some strategic overview of why we want to be doing YouTube. Because again, I'm about the stats. I like to share that with you. Don't do anything unless you know exactly why you're doing it. And then of course, we're going to get into the technical sort of how to and best practices. So Roy, nope, there's just one person talking at a time. We're taking turns here. So okay, very good. Well, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to jump into the slides here and start this quick presentation. If you guys have questions along the way, feel free to drop those into the chat. If anyone else has a channel, would like some support, drop them in here. We'll go like and subscribe. So let's get into it without further ado. Here we go. So here is going to be the presentation. I will keep my screen open the whole time, and then we're sharing there. So as I mentioned, guys, today is all about YouTube for real estate. Now, if you're not in real estate, you're in mortgage or title or some other professional service, you will still find value in this video. There's just going to be a couple of nuances that are specific for real estate that again would not be applicable to everyone's channel, but some of these rules are going to be play well in each type of vertical. So first and foremost, why YouTube, right, guys? As I mentioned, I need the reasons why I'm going to do something before I do it. If I don't have a clear understanding of why I'm doing something, I'm not motivated to do it. So why YouTube? This is really important. And a couple of things, just a couple stats and some data-driven information we have, but then there's also a less sort of less data-driven reasons as well. So the first thing is, when compared to other forms of content, like a blog post, videos are far more engaging. So if we had a chance, like how can you do free lead generation, right? What are two methods online? One would be blog posts and another would be videos. Now, when you compare those two, videos are going to attract up to 300% more traffic than other forms of content. So like if you have a blog, a real estate blog or something, consider adding video to that blog to boost the traffic on that, or consider adding video just by itself if you don't already. So this is just sort of the top reason is video is the most engaging form of content right now. Then there's video or there's text, right? People prefer video. And this is where they're going to be able to build trust with you, establish that know, like, and trust. And that's why people decide to do business with you. And there's a couple of ways we're going to get our message, get our videos in front of people, and YouTube is one of these most powerful ways. The last bullet here is the SEO benefit. You know, by putting videos on YouTube, this is how people are going to find you. In fact, they're going to be 50 times more likely to find you on YouTube versus any other form of organic content. So do you want to 50x your chances of being found organically by your leads? The answer is yes, right? Every single time, 50 times the chance of being discovered here, and 300% more traffic from this type of content. So the reasons why we want to do videos are in the math. They're in the proof here. More SEO benefits, so you're more likely to be discovered in your local market and even international. Like some people work with, you know, out-of-state movers or international clients. This is how you're going to be more likely to be discovered by those clients organically. So meaning we're not paying for advertisements or referral fees or something. We're just producing content to gather these clients. So this is reason number one. Videos better than text. Videos attract more traffic, and video on YouTube specifically increases the likelihood of you being discovered by your prospects by 50 times or more. So this is going to help you rank. It's going to help you be discovered. It's going to help you generate new business. All right. Reasons number two. Ruben, you want to take this one?
You know, I love this. I'm going to click send on a chat because these are some summary points. Let me turn my camera on. Okay, so the thing that I always like to talk about is that the riches are in the niches, okay? And everyone has the ability to create a YouTube channel, right? The thing about putting your content on YouTube is that you are using the world's second largest search engine, right? Not a lot of people are doing this. Most people, in fact, do not create content for social media or for YouTube. In fact, I think the number is something between 1% and 5% are the people that actually create content for social media. That means 1 to 5% of your competitors have a YouTube channel. So if you want to differentiate yourself, create a YouTube channel. Why? Because you're building a parasocial relationship with your prospects and your clients. They are seeing you as an authority on a platform. They're seeing social proof. They're seeing likes and comments and the number of subscribers that you have. You don't have to have a huge number. You can have a couple hundred subscribers. That's like having a couple hundred reviews. That's great. It's a great starting point, right? None of us need to become like a viral YouTube sensation anytime soon. If that's where we end up, that's great, but that's a different job, right? Just having a couple hundred subscribers is going to do a world of difference for you. The other thing that we always recommend is that your filming of these YouTube videos does not have to be very produced. You don't need to hire a crew. You don't need to have professional lights. You can use the Dubb mobile app. You can use your native phone. You can go outdoors. You can go indoors. Setting up there's a couple of simple pieces of technology that we recommend, like a selfie stick, like a decent microphone, like a decent light, but a lot of those things are actually not even necessary. So it's very easy to do. And then the other thing that we always recommend is repurpose the content that you're making. Like if you're recording we are going to take this long form video and we're going to cut it into a shorter form presentation on our YouTube account. And then we're going to cut micro clips from it to fuel our social media when we're talking and we're giving points. So the idea of repurposing is phenomenal. Why not create one piece of content that can ultimately be 12 pieces of content? We call that the waterfall method. One of the tricks that I'm using right now is, and I'm going to show that later, is how you can use 4:3 ratio in your phone so you can get a landscape video and a portrait video out of it. And I'll show that later. That's an interesting statistic. 61% of marketers say that updating or repurposing content is the most effective strategy for generating organic traffic.
You know, it's I think there's this really famous, this guy, Alex Hormozy. He's like this gym sort of influencer right now, and he's becoming like the next Gary Vee. And that's a lot of what they're doing as well. So you guys might recognize the name Hormozy or Gary Vee or these people. This is what they're doing as well. They'll produce a long form content like a YouTube video or like a podcast or something, and then make micro content, make little teasers from that. That's going to, again, that's a strategy we're going to show you guys a little bit later. So that's what it's talking about repurposing content. How often do you get to do that? You have a phone call with someone, a meeting with someone. Those are things are never repurposable. Those things are never scalable. And this is one of the benefits of recording videos, is it will be repurposable and scalable. And a year from now, 2 years from now, this can still be bringing you business. So, all right, Rob, take it away.
Yeah, let's make it actionable now. Let's jump in. So the first thing, especially with YouTube videos, I mean, man, who's the audience? Like who are you speaking to? And especially in real estate, I mean, just a couple things off the top, you know, could they be retirees? Could they be empty nesters? Could they be first-time home buyers? Could they be people looking to rent their properties out? Could they be Airbnbs? Is it commercial? Is it residential? So there's a lot of different factors in terms of, you have a lot of different niches in your audience. So making these videos specific to who you're talking about is really key, because a lot of the times when YouTube videos now, when you see people talking directly to camera, the whole point in that is so you feel like they are talking to you. You know, if you're in there with a challenge and you're like, wow, this person's directly speaking right to me, that's kind of what it's really about. But you want to make sure you're talking to the right audience. So definitely work on, and something we mentioned Dubb all the time, especially with presets and things like that, is segment who you're speaking to. Make it specific. That way that person feels very special, because, wow, okay, you've recognized my issue and challenges and problems that I'm having, and you're speaking directly to it with a solution, with a video. You also have to recognize, you know, especially geographics, you know, in real estate, you know, obviously your neighborhood, your city, your town, your location, your area, things in your state. So there's a lot of locality in terms of making these videos, as far as the visuals, what you're talking about. So I think the first thing is really just breaking it up and deciding, who am I making these videos for specifically? A lot of the times, you know, broad strokes are great, and there's many points that you can make. But a lot of the time when people are looking for content on YouTube, they're looking for specific answers to their problems. I mean, all the way down from, hey, how do I fix a sink in 5 minutes? And you've got that video, to how do I market myself better online to get more clients and things like that. So lean into who they are, where they're located, the challenges that they're currently having, and how can your video, and, you know, I would say, you know, 6 to 10 minutes if it's longer, or if it's short form content, minute or less, or short, you know, a little longer than that, make sure you're bullet pointing what you can do. You know, this is the top 5 ways we can solve this issue, or here's the top 5 things that you need to know about. So really lean into identifying, and then you're going to move on to the next part, which is actually, you know, building out the content. But if you don't identify your audience, then you're just making videos that could be, obviously, for everyone. I mean, you could relate a lot of things to a lot of different areas with people looking for stuff, but the more specific you are, I think the better viewership and comments and things you're going to have there. So
Absolutely. You know, the other thing here too is, when it comes to your guys' audience, understanding who that is, and then building out even your profile, like your banner image, your description, your intro, your first videos, these should all be tailored toward your audience. Like, let's say if you want to work with retirees, or like, let's say if you're in Florida and a lot of people come from Florida, you know, like move from there state-wise, that's a different type of content that you're going to be creating if you're somewhere where you're just focused on your local market, right? You're not trying to get everyone that's looking to move into your city. So understanding the behaviors of your audience. Who are these people that you're trying to work with? Because the other part of this is you can be selective. You can say, well, I want to work with sellers. I want to work with buyers. I want to work with veterans. And by determining this audience, that's what's going to help you guide the content that you create. Because you have this ability to try to speak to everyone at once. But is that really going to benefit you the most? Like being an expert on stuff that's happening in Minnesota when you were an agent in Ohio or Florida or California, probably not the best content for you to be making, right? Because your clients aren't there. So understanding your audience, setting up your account, that's in red there accordingly. So make sure that your account from the beginning, the banner, the information, the links, it's all optimized for your audience, for who you're making this content for. So this is really the first and foremost thing we have on here, because this is what's going to set up everything that you do in your channel. The algorithms on channels like YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, all these, the algorithm is designed to benefit you, but you have to use it to your benefit. So if you're producing content on subject A, and then you do something on subject B that's unrelated to your audience and your niche, that's going to confuse the algorithm, right? It's going to think like, well, I was sending your stuff to people looking to buy homes in California, but now you did something about, Minnesota, and now I'm confused. So don't confuse the algorithm, understand your audience, and produce your content accordingly. So that's why, again, this is slide number 1, because it's before you do anything else, you need to know this. Who are you making this content for? Who are you trying to attract? Who are they? Where are they? What are their problems? Okay. Number 2, step 2. This is mine. Now, we have Ira here. You guys have seen Ira, I believe at this point. It's our AI writing assistant. The reason I have it here is this is more than Ira. This is a human and AI piece. So planning your content, this is a continuation of the step I just made, right? We said, who's your audience? And once you understand that, then you can begin to plan your content accordingly. So I have here 2 different prompts. One says, as a real estate agent, what are 20 ideas for videos I should create for a YouTube channel to get more clients? And then boom, it's got 20 reasons there. However, this is somewhat generic. I just said as a real estate agent. So as a second prompt, I put another one in here that says, as a real estate agent in Florida, what are 20 ideas I should create for a YouTube channel to get more retiree clients? So you can see I've now told the IRA to give me specifics based on that step 1 that we just talked about. Who's the audience? Who are they? Well, I'm an agent in Florida and I want retiree clients. So then I put that into the chat. And now you can see that the answers that the IRA has given me are very, very different. So this is how you guys are going to help plan your content. No longer do we need to just say, what content should I do for my YouTube channel if I want these types of clients? This is not a guessing game anymore. You have support, you have research, you have tools that are going to tell you exactly what you should be making. And from here, you just take one of those bullets and say, write me a video script on the top 10 retirement communities in Florida. So literally the AI can do 90% of this work for you. So not 100%. Again, we've done previous trainings on IRA and on using AI. It needs human revision. It needs you to go and double check its work. So do not just do the AI and then stamp out what's out there. It always needs that human revision. So, but my point is, you can see it is very capable of helping you create a content calendar. If you guys fail to plan, you plan to fail. And that's what this is showing you. We need a content strategy. So first you determined your audience. Now you're using AI to plan a content strategy. Right here is 20 videos, 20 topics of different videos. And each of these topics can be broken down into a series of multiple videos. Literally, like just take subject 1 here. I'm a real estate agent in Florida and I want more retiree clients. Number 1, top 10 retirement communities in Florida. That's 10 different videos right there. Here's the number 1, here's the number 2, number 3, literally 10 different videos that are perfect for SEO, for getting you the clients that you're after. Every single part of that content is going to work exactly in alignment with your channel based off of what you've asked for here. Now, if you don't have specifics, if you don't understand who yet you're trying to target, that's why we started in step one. We need you guys to try to target audiences better. You know, look at successful agents, and oftentimes they found a niche. They are working with divorcees, or they're working with retirees or veterans or whatever. The people that have had success have often found niches that they're working in. And if you already have one, more power to you. This enables you to really focus in on those people. So step two is not all about IRA. It is about planning your content. It's about having a strategy and knowing what you're going to do next. Once you have these two, the harder thing, it just becomes the time allotment. Like, what day and time are you actually going to record these videos now? And also that comes to the content calendar, planning your content. If you do not set a day and time to record this message, right? Because we can give you everything else. What should the video be? What should the script be? The AI is going to tell you all of that. It can't tell you when to record it. It can't schedule time in your calendar to do so. So that's why planning this is extremely important. Know what you're going to record, block the time out on your calendar to do so, just like you would do for any other thing, right? Your cold calls or your emailed follow-ups or whatever. You have a time and a set date for these things. And if you don't, consider that, right? I touched on a couple of weeks ago, all the top producers are organized. You have a routine, you have a schedule, and it's optimized for performance. And if you don't, then you're just sort of waking up every day. What am I doing today? I don't know. So I always recommend having a strategy on what your day is going to look like, including on a weekly, on a monthly, on a quarterly basis. How many videos do you plan on having out on YouTube in one quarter? How many more clients do you want, right? So this is the ability for you to scale up your business organically for free, right? Besides the opportunity cost. So just really important there, guys, planning your content. Make a calendar. I'm going to shoot this video on this date. Here's the script. Here's the topic. And that can all be planned in like 5 minutes using the AI. So AI is available for you guys. If anyone has questions on the AI, just let us know. We do have a full training we've done on IRA. It's come a long way as well. We've added some improvements on the length and things like that. We will be hosting a new updated training next week, guys. Next Wednesday, we're going to be hosting a new training on IRA as well, with all the updated features and stuff that we've made. So if anyone's interested in attending that, we'll be sending the invite. Okay, guys, that's step two, content calendar. Plan your stuff, because if you don't have a plan, again, you're not going to do it. So, all right, next up. Step number 3. Rob, this one's you.
Yep. So video recording. So this is the fun part. And so, well, it is for me anyway. This is my favorite part. So once you take the, the script that Iris, come up with, and then you've given it the human pass, which is the most important thing whenever you're dealing with that. Then you can load it into, and if you haven't tried it yet, teleprompter, because the teleprompter is fantastic, especially when you're making YouTube videos and you've got a nice script in there that you've written. It makes it super efficient. A lot of the times when you're thinking about how to record these things, you've got to think about, okay, what style am I doing? Am I going to shoot on the mobile app? Am I going to do a screen recording, with the desktop app or the Chrome extension? What does this look like? So a lot of it, especially with the visuals, can be storytelling. The one thing we like to do with our YouTube videos is we'll speak directly to camera, use the teleprompter, have the script ready to go, and then we have some B-roll that we'll shoot after. So it's almost like you're telling a little story. Now, depending on what you have in terms of if you have an editor you work with, or you're just using Dubb to do the simple edit, whatever it is, this does not have to be complex at all. It's just about directly speaking to the camera if that's what you're doing, or if you want something where you're not sitting in your home office, maybe you're out and about, wherever you are, lean into whatever your personality is. If you're more on the go, be on the go. But the most important thing is to get across the content that you have written through IRA and given the human pass to, and deliver it through the lens of the style that you like. And the style that you can be the most consistent with. That's the biggest thing, because Darius talked a lot about it. Ruben talks about it. I mean, just the idea of, okay, making the planning, get everything set up, and then sticking to it and being consistent. So you don't want to stick to a recording style that isn't realistic for yourself. So you really want to lean into and do some research on, okay, what am I most comfortable with? Do I just want to grab my phone and I want to record like this? Or do I want to sit here with the webcam and do my thing here? Or do I want to be the person in the bubble that's really just sharing my screen a lot and talking a lot about market updates and showing property and different things that are very visually interesting to that person within that video. So it really comes down to, when you write the script and the script is done, what's the best lens that sits through? For instance, if you're talking about the top 5 things you want to know in a market update, well, that's really going to relate itself to a lot of screen recording, showing things that are going on currently. If you're talking about maybe mindset and things like that, where these are the top 5 things you really need to lean into as an agent, as a professional in real estate, to really hone in and get your message out there better. Maybe that's better for direct to camera, where you're really just speaking to the person. Maybe it has to do with, hey, I want to talk about how to make the most effective property walkthrough video there is. Well, in that case, you want to grab the mobile app and just start shooting in clips. Open with your first clip. Hey, listen, check this out. This is going to be the first thing you want to do with a walkthrough of a property. Flip that camera around, start getting the stuff that you need, and then you just use the voiceover. So you've really got to lean into, what is the content? The content is the story, and the story will tell you the lens that you need to be shooting it through. But it does not have to be in any kind of way some kind of Hollywood production that's unbelievable. So don't let that start to seep in your head where, oh man, I've got to make this incredible looking video to get the looks and the comments and the views and everything that you need in terms of the leads. Just be yourself. It's like the biggest part of what we talk about all the time. But lean into the tech in terms of, when you're writing this script, load it into the teleprompter, speak directly to camera, get some B-roll that you can add in after if you want to do that. But that's the biggest thing you need to talk about, is what kind of style is good for me to do and enables me to be consistent. That's the biggest thing.
Absolutely. I can't agree with that enough, Rob. When you guys want to get used to recording, like once a week, bi-weekly, once a month at least, having something set up where, okay, I know the type of video that I'm going to do. I have a little tripod, I have my little light, or I'm running and gunning. I'm out in that neighborhood. I'm out in that number 1 retirement community in my area. So depending on the types of videos, having a good understanding of what you're going to do. Again, comes down to planning, because if Monday comes up and I'm like, okay, today was the day I'm going to do a video, but I don't have a light. I don't know where I'm going to shoot. I don't know, I have all these questions. That's going to create friction. That's going to create excuses for you to not get these things done. So have a recording set up, have a recording process set up. Again, we talked 2 weeks ago about having systems and processes. This is exactly the same application. You have a system and a process for recording videos and then benefiting from the posting and the sharing of these videos, which we're going to talk about a little bit later too. There's more than just YouTube, but we talked about the recycling, repurposing content. So this is just the first piece, is capturing this video. And we're going to go into really deep detail here, guys, about how to make the best types of videos. So really good. I see a couple of questions there coming on captions and stuff like that. We'll get to those in just a moment. Ruben, you want to get the next one? If you're there?
Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so the thing that we always like to talk about is to use the devices that make most sense for you, but it's not really about the technology. It's about, how do you capture attention, right? The devices are all around us. We can use all sorts of ways to record videos. If we don't hone in on a story, if we don't captivate people, it really doesn't matter what device we used. It doesn't matter how good that video looked. It does not matter, right? And one of the things that we always talk about is how to hook people, right? Now, there's a term that gets thrown around a lot when it comes to YouTube videos, which is clickbait, okay? And we've all seen that clickbait title where it says, something happened, it's something extraordinary, it's something borderline, maybe even controversial, something that says, it grabs your attention and it says, what even does that mean, right? It triggers your neocortex and your limbic system to say, do I want to click on that? And am I so curious that I can't do anything else but watch that YouTube video? Now, we're not suggesting that you go become a clickbaiter, because sometimes clickbaiters don't deliver on the promise. They hook people, but then there's no delivery, there's no completion of the promise. So the way that we always recommend this is hook people by telling them the most special part of your video in the beginning, and then make sure you deliver on that. So if my hook was, here's how to increase your revenue and your commissions by 300%, watch this video so that you can learn how to do so, I better deliver on that, and I better provide social proof. It's okay to hook, but make sure you deliver on the promise.
And this step is often overlooked, guys, especially when we're first creating our content. Is we just start in and we say, hey guys, in this video I'm going to tell you about this and that, and I just go into the video and go into what we were going to share. Now, the methodology, it's a psychological thing that's happening here. Just like when you watch a movie trailer or something, you got to do something immediately to catch their attention, because people's attention spans are like this big, even if it's something that they're interested in, even if it's something that they're looking for. So this is the easiest way to provide a hook. I mean, otherwise you're going to try to come up with a joke or something, some showstopper, something that's going to grab their attention either visually or emotionally, or we're going to just tell them, here's the most interesting thing that's going to happen from watching this video. And again, this is really important for us because we're not after clicks and views, we're after clients, and they have to know, like, and trust us. So the hook can't be something random. It has to be something related to this content, and we have to deliver on what we're promising. So don't just copy the hooks that you've seen out there where they show like a Lamborghini in a thumbnail and then it's something else entirely. We don't want to do that, right? We want to make sure that we're actually delivering what we're promising here. So the hook is first because A, chronologically, it's the first thing that comes, and B, it is an importance wise, it's right up there at the top of being extremely important. And guys, this is not just for your YouTube videos as well. Dubb videos, if a Dubb video is a little bit longer, this is how it should be entered as well. Like if you have a Dubb video that's over 90 seconds long, you probably need to hook somebody's attention right in the beginning. Like, hey, John, I got a quick video that explains X, Y, Z for you. Let me show it to you, right? You want to tell them, get their attention about what you're going to be delivering. So this is Dubb videos. This is YouTube videos, anything that's over, a short length of time. All right. Who is next? Rob, that was you. Ruben, that was you. Rob, you're up.
Actually, you know what? No, this is my slide. I'm going to take this one.
Okay.
Because this is a summary of what I was just talking about, right?
Yeah.
And the thing that I want to stress on hooking people in your videos is the payoff. It's the delivery, right? So there's this method that you'll notice in YouTube videos, and we spent some decent amount of time studying this and really understanding what this means, right? And it means with this is that a lot of the times people have a climax in their video. There's something really special that they want to show. For example, if it's a video on how to, maximize the value of your home so that when you sell it, you can get more money for it. There's a great point that you might include in that video, right? A lot of people might be inclined to sort of end with that big factoid, to end with that knowledge bomb. And the reason why they might do that is because they want to engage people to get them to watch and stick around until the end of the video. What we're suggesting is to do the opposite. Start with the climax. Show them actually what you're referring to if you can. If you can start with the most enticing and exciting thing, then you've captured people's attention. Let's not have them wait around and have to stick around for something that you might or might not deliver. Let's show them right up front. Remember, folks, the count of a view on YouTube is not the entirety of the video. It's like 30 seconds or so, right? There's some different parameters on how to calculate that, but let's just assume that it's 30 seconds, give or take, right? And that just means that if we want to get people captivated, let's hook them in the beginning. Let's start with the most enticing stuff, start with the climax, mention what our payoff is by watching the entire video. Like in this video, we're going to teach you how to maximize the value of your home, or how to get, increase your FICO score so you can be the best possible buyer, or how you can find the home of your dreams in the right school district for your family, right? Whatever that is, mention the payoff and then deliver it. This is the most important part. Whatever you're going to promise, deliver that promise, because that's what's building the relationship, and that's what's going to get people to subscribe to your channel, and most importantly, stick around, because just as easy as they can subscribe to your channel, they can unsubscribe.
Absolutely. So again, the reason we do this, guys, is we it's not about the subscribers and viewers per se, right? Ultimately, we're after revenue, but the way that we're going to do this is by taking advantage of the algorithm on YouTube, because it's going to show your content to more people when you're playing the game by the rules. So when you're doing things the right way, then you're going to benefit more from this. So I don't believe in doing anything unless you're going to do it to a point where it's going to benefit you. So commit yourself to that, follow the rules, and then reap the full rewards. Because, you know, I've seen lots of other times where you can commit to something, but because you're not fully committed to it, you're sort of doing it halfway, you're reaping a quarter or an eighth of those benefits, versus, you know, really committing to it, following the rules as they should be followed, and then getting the full benefit from that. So this is the same part of that. Yes, we're not after, you know, views, we're after clients, but how do we get more clients is by taking advantage of the algorithm to have it share the videos with more people, equating to more views and subscribers and clients. So they're all related here in the world of YouTube. Okay, now it's yours, Rob.
Yep. So kind of like the old sales expression, you got to ask the buying question. You always have to ask. So for YouTube, the one thing we've tried to do is when we open up the video, we'll have our, you know, whatever the particular video is about, like, hey, here's the top 5 reasons to blah, blah, blah. By the way, this channel is dedicated to, and then you have, you know, the one thing you're opening that you would probably say, your intro, just a couple sentences every time, like this channel is dedicated to optimizing entrepreneurs, helping people grow their business. And then boom, you get right into the content. But there's a check-in that you can do about halfway in. When you're halfway through your video, we say, look, if you're enjoying this video so far, subscribe, comment, like this video, let us know what you think. And then you continue on with the video. So it's almost like you're doing it 3 times almost. In the beginning, you do your intro, you just listen, we're about to start this video. If you like our content, hit the subscribe button, do it in the middle, and then do it at the end. That's a pretty effective way to do it. It's like the trifecta of reminding people, hey, you're here. If you're enjoying the value that we're bringing you, why not subscribe? Why not hit the notification bell so you know when these videos that are value leading that you can learn from that are going to be coming out. So that's the biggest thing when you're doing these things. It's like a pause to check in and remind people, hey, if you're really enjoying this, do the action, because that's what keeps the channel going. And that's what motivates people on the other side of the camera to keep making content, because they know that they're connecting with people. One of the biggest things, subscribing is great, liking is great, but commenting is awesome, because that way you know what people are saying. And you can, even when people make comments on a video from our side of things, it also can give us content ideas. You know, someone's like, hey, I'd love to see a video on this. You know, we had a comment from one of our videos before, and someone said more actionable videos like this. Well, that's a great note. Actionable, what to do in an order, step by step, how to accomplish something. So whenever you ask people to comment and they do, that's absolutely fantastic. But the reason subscriptions obviously the most important is because the larger your audience gets, you know, the more they're going to be able to spread the word about your channel, and there's organic growth and all this good stuff. But one of the biggest thing is by playing by the rules, like Ruben said, Darius said, you know, every platform has their own rules, so to speak, in terms of how to really organically grow. But always, always, always ask, and, you know, maybe do it 3 times, beginning, middle, and end. And then there you go. That's what you got to do.
Nice. And then you guys also have the ask for, by the way, if you want more information on this, reach out to me directly, because that's ultimately what we're trying to do with your guys' channels, is take these conversations off of YouTube and turn them into real human conversations and become clients. So you guys have this opportunity to connect with the YouTubers, and don't undervalue that. Just because they're not a client today, or may never even be a client in the future, doesn't mean that they don't subscribe and like your content and find value in it, and therefore help your channel be discovered, help your SEO benefit, and help you win new clients. So again, make sure you're asking, make sure you're wanting engagement from people, and ask everything: comments, subscribing, liking. Reach out to me. You can present that as an opportunity for them. Hey, if you want to discuss your market and your housing needs and whatever, reach out. So that's what your guys' ask entails. And thank you. Yeah, link in bio. There's going to be a technical way to do this as well. We'll show you guys. There's going to be some technical best practices we're going to show you as part of every video that needs to be created as well, which I think is coming up. This is another one. I'll take this one. And the creating a series. In fact, when I went into Ira and I showed you guys one of the first prompts, I said, what are some videos I should do if I want more retiree clients? And it said, number one, do a video on the top 10 retirement communities in your area. That is literally exactly what this is saying right here. That's a series of videos. That's up to 10 videos in a single series where you're going to go through a series of retirement communities or gated communities or HOA communities or whatever your focus is on. But by creating a series, again, this is going to be taking advantage of the algorithm, taking advantage of the behavior of this platform. When you are letting people know there's a series of activity or a series of content coming out, they're going to be more excited about this. This is why people began putting things like videos every week, videos every day, videos twice a week, because that lets people know that there's something to look forward to. That is the same thing here. So when you create a series, it gets people more engaged, more likely to subscribe, more likely to come watch and tune in and turn on that notification bell so they can see when the next video in the series is. So the content series is extremely valuable for you guys for a number of reasons. One, again, the algorithmic benefit. Two, is it takes a lot of the work off of you guys. Like, I wish we could just do a series of 10 videos on something. It makes it much easier from a content standpoint because you can come up with listicles, 10 things, 5 things, 3 things, and then that becomes your series of videos within that same channel of content. So multiple reasons why series works well, because that's the way people like to consume information at this point. They're more subscribed to channels that produce things regularly. And it's going to help for engagement and for subscribers and for creative juice, right? So you're not having to come up with something brand new every single time. Again, one retirement community, top 10 retirement communities, that's 10 videos right there. One a week, one every 2 days, whatever your cadence is going to be. But series are an effective way of planning your content and getting great engagement on your stuff.
I also think there's another interesting point here that I think is relevant, is that YouTube and by proxy Google, they're looking to hire people. They're looking to hire content creators, people to create YouTube videos so that when those videos go up on YouTube, that they can sell more advertising. So the way that they benefit, the way that the YouTube algorithm benefits us when we are consistent is they say that if this person is continually uploading videos and doing it in a sequence every day or every week or twice a week, whatever your cadence is, there's consistency. And because there's that consistency, YouTube knows that it can count on you to being a vehicle to sell advertising. And that's the goal of what YouTube and Google are trying to do. That's their goal. They're trying to make money, right? So the way that we can get more views and get more engagement is give them what they want, which is consistency. If we just do one video once in a blue moon, they're not going to give us the organic visibility and the views and recommend our video to people, because they know, the algorithm knows that we're not going to be consistent, and they want consistent revenue just like us.
Absolutely. Okay. Again, guys, any questions on these along the way, just drop them in there. But yeah, I see a couple. We will address the couple that are in there as well. A couple more slides here and before we do. Best practices. I promised earlier, guys, we were going to show you like what that meant is making sure every single video is an asset, is a trackable thing that you can actually measure ROI. You can actually determine, is this directly resulting in growth of my business? And this is the one way to do that, is by adding links to every video. So just like every social platform, with YouTube, it's the video. And then in the comments, that's how you're going to capture the conversion, the conversation, the client. You're going to measure the ROI there. And so what you can do is have a trackable link on every video. You can do this with Dubb. You can make a Dubb video for each YouTube video. And then in the comments section, you can put the link to that video. And what that does is it gives people a clear next step, but it also provides the ROI and the trackability of this video and this how it's performed. So if you put a YouTube video out there, and in the comments, just like ours here, you have this unique trackable link. Anybody that clicks that link, anybody that responds to that message down there or books a time or calls you from that, that's all going to get tracked. So now you can see exactly how many clicks each video has driven for your business. You can see how many people converted to the next step, because ultimately the next step from here is to talk to you, right? Is to click on something of yours, is to engage with you. And that's where we're not only going to be able to organize that engagement to drive that next step with the Dubb video, but we're going to be able to track it as well. So every single post, this is not just for YouTube either, this is social media of all channels, should have a trackable link in the post, either in the comment section, in the description, depending on the channel. Like in the description is a great place for YouTube. Other channels, they, like LinkedIn or whatever, they needs to be in the comments. YouTube is in the description or in the comments as well. Adding these links here makes the next steps, again, very clear for your audience, and say, if you want more information on this, click here. And it makes it to where it's trackable, because we don't want to be wasting our time, right? You don't want to spend hours and hours on something and not even knowing if it's performing, not knowing if it's you doing something useful for you. So by doing this, we're going to actually be able to measure ROI. And when you have an effective strategy, something that's driven growth for your business, you're going to reinvest in that. It's motivation. It's like, as you see, oh, wow, this drew 2, 3, 4 link clicks, a meeting, email conversation has now happened from my trackable link. Once you have that success, that's going to motivate you and inspire you to keep this going. So again, set yourself up to actually measure the success of your efforts, because when you're not measuring it, if you're not seeing success, you're not going to continue to do something. So
one of the things that we also recommend is that you can record a specific video on Dubb just for YouTube subscribers, or just for folks that came to your YouTube videos. So you can say, hey, it's Ruben. Thank you so much for checking out my content on YouTube. It would be great to connect. Please click on the buttons below to learn about me or to book a time in my calendar. That can be my YouTube greeting video. And then I can put that Dubb URL in the comments, in the description on my YouTube videos. And anytime someone goes to one of my YouTube videos and clicks on that video, I'll get a notification that someone watched the video, and then potentially they can fill out a form. They can book a time in the calendar. They can click on a button. They can give me a call. So that's a really simple way to use a quote unquote trackable link in your YouTube descriptions, because you do want to know, are people actually connecting? After they watch your video, are they actually booking a time in your calendar? Are they reaching out to work with you? Because that ultimately, of course, is our goal.
I like what Boyd said here, verify your YouTube channel and then add links in the YouTube cards. Now, this is a little bit more advanced. Like when we go into YouTube, there are some more advanced features you can use, like end cards, like recommended videos and stuff like that. We won't go into that into this one because we're trying to present some high level stuff. But Boyd, I like your input there, adding links into the cards, like having little entry cards, exit cards. That's when you began to invest in your channel and you're saying, okay, I'm ready to take this thing to the next steps. So absolutely, Boyd. For now, again, in comments is a fine place to put your links, but having a link as the important step, because now you have next steps. And again, you have ROI, trackability, you're understanding the efficacy of your efforts. So critically important to anything, because if you don't know if it's working, why would you keep doing it? All right. This one, you guys probably already know. I'm not even sure if a whole lot needs to be said, but thumbnails are extremely important on YouTube. This is how a lot of videos are clicked on and discovered. There's a number of tools for this as well. There's Canva, which is a really great free tool. Now they do have some premium options and things like that to add some of the designs, but Canva is a great tool to design thumbnails. There's also, again, when you're ready to invest in your channel, like if you're having some successes and you're saying, okay, I don't want to spend so much time editing or something, lots of editor services. Like if you find any service that does YouTube videos, they usually make, they'll provide an end screen or a thumbnail service along with it. Now, for people that are just getting started, I do recommend trying to make your own, right? Don't heavily invest into something until you know it's something that you can keep up with. Because we're going to find out, like, after you start a channel, is this something you're capable of doing? Is it something you have the stamina or the practice? Or again, if you're measuring it and you're getting results, that's going to motivate you and inspire you. To begin with, I encourage everyone to get comfortable with a tool like Canva. It's not complex to use. You guys can use images and things like in Canva in a million different places, right? You have mailers and door hangers and physical posts you should be doing. Lots of reasons why you could benefit from a skill like Canva. And Canva, again, offers the ability to make some of these thumbnails much more easily than you can in something like Photoshop or Adobe or Microsoft PowerPoint, something like that. So I recommend Canva. Again, Boyd, thank you for the recommendation there as well. Canva is a really powerful way to make these sort of slides, these little thumbnails. And again, they're super important on YouTube. Not so much on other channels. There's not thumbnails on other channels. It's just a preview of the video. But within YouTube, there's a whole world of thumbnails. And you want to make sure that your thumbnail is decent. And you don't have to be a professional graphic designer. You don't have to, have something super incredible. But you can see some of the examples on this page. They're all generally similar when it's a personal brand like ourselves, right? We're not a large organization. We're usually an individual. Sometime maybe if your channel is about you're a brokerage or something, then the image might be different. But a lot of your guys' videos are going to look like these, where the thumbnail is you plus the title plus some sort of interesting design. So don't overcomplicate it. It doesn't have to be, something insane, but something very simple like that. You plus your title plus some sort of design to display those elements at one time. So you can see that's a very repeatable thing that we've done in nearly all of the videos. There's the headshot, there's the title, there's the headshot, there's the title. So not something that needs to be overcomplicated. And again, Canva is a tool that can do this for free very well. And then if you, again, want to invest, or if you say, I'm in, I got my first subscribers, I'm liking this, then that's when you'd go reinvest in the cost of some extra tools like a paid Canva or like that videographer or the thumbnail editor person on Fiverr. But I would not start there, because you don't want to begin heavily investing into something until you understand, like, have committed to it. You're like, this is something I'm going to do. I know a lot of people that have made that mistake where they went and bought all this camera and equipment and setup and all this stuff, and then it's sitting in a box because they didn't do the first steps. They didn't walk before they could run. So that's why I'm going to encourage you guys to do all the things that are outlined in this presentation. We're not doing anything advanced here. I'm not telling you guys to go buy a green screen and any of that, because that's not all necessary when we're starting here. The things that we're showing you are the necessary basic elements that are going to set you up for success. And then once you've had some traction here, once you've seen that this is something you can do, then you're ready for going further. Then you're ready for maybe a nicer camera or a better light or a green screen sort of setup or something. But don't intimidate yourself with those things. Like, you go on YouTube and you see, oh, this guy has an $8,000 camera and then this $1,000 light. Do not be concerned with any of that. Look where they started. They started with a cell phone. So that's what I'm saying, is don't intimidate yourself with, oh man, my thumbnails need to be perfect and video and all this other stuff. Just get started with the outlines we provided you guys here. And this is definitely a place where if you follow these guidelines, you'll be set up for success. So, all right. One more piece here, guys, or wait, maybe one more after this. Once you actually upload the video, that's really just a first step. That's not the be all end all. You're like, oh, it's on YouTube, everything's done. That's really what sets up all that's going to happen next. Step one of once you've uploaded a video, we recommend adding the YouTube video to a Dubb landing page. The reason why you want to do this is it's going to count toward your YouTube views. So you still get the views, but it's going to subtract all the distractions and advertisements and junk that's on YouTube. So once you're sharing this, again, your video is going to be on YouTube so people can discover it there. The other pieces of content I'm going to show you right here are how to get more views and more engagement on your video once it's published. So step one, share to YouTube, but then you're also going to add YouTube video to your Dubb landing page, because now you're going to send people directly to this landing page, and it's not going to have a bunch of junk from YouTube that's distracting them. It's going to have your call to action buttons, and it's also going to have the subscribe button to YouTube. That's what we're going to recommend as well. So if you're sending people to your YouTube videos, you'll want a button that says subscribe to your YouTube channel beneath your Dubb video. So, because that's the only thing that we'd be missing is on a YouTube page, they can hit subscribe, but there's also distractions and ads and all the junk. On a Dubb page, there's none of that, but there's not a direct subscribe button. So that's the only button you'll want to make sure you add there as well. Take your Dubb video or your YouTube video, put it onto your custom Dubb landing page with your buttons, branding, and distraction free, and just add a subscribe button. The reason we're going to do that is these next steps, we're going to go about sharing this piece of content with your entire sphere, with everyone that you can possibly reach outside of YouTube. So number one of that strategy. So first you put your Dubb video on a landing page. That's done. Now, this piece, repurpose. We talked earlier, guys, about 61% of marketers say that this is their most effective method for marketing, which is just repurposing content. Video is really powerful for this. So what I have here, it says repurpose for micro content and social teasers. What you'll notice what we do with every YouTube video, we take an interesting part of this video, a couple seconds, like maybe 10 seconds, 15, 30 seconds tops of that video, the most interesting part of it. We clip that from the YouTube video, and that becomes the post that gets uploaded to social media, to Facebook, to YouTube, or to Facebook, to TikTok, to Instagram, to LinkedIn. So we're taking that interesting part of the video, uploading it directly so that we're taking advantage of the algorithm there. Again, get more views on those platforms. And then in the comments section on the repurpose, that's where we're taking them to the Dubb video page, not to YouTube to watch the full video, but to the Dubb video page where your YouTube video is. So again, we're still getting more views on the YouTube channel, minus the distractions, increased conversions. And this is now through other social platforms. And the benefit of this, again, is we're going to take advantage of the algorithm of those social platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So now we've taken one piece of content, and now we've fed and fertilized our other social channels as well with a single piece of content. So that's why this repurposing is a really critical step. It also gets you more views on your primary YouTube video. So it's like these two things are a synergist of each other. The social channels are going to benefit from you posting from you because they want content, right? They want you to post. And then the YouTube channel is going to benefit from you posting on those social channels. So this is a feedback loop, a positive feedback loop where you're going to get more engagement on all of your social channels by feeding one. So this is a really important strategy here, guys, is every piece of content you create has the potential of enhancing every single one of your other channels. So if you're on Facebook, or you're a TikToker, you're an Instagram, or whatever your preferred method is outside of YouTube, this is how you enhance the two of them at the same time. Okay, after social, you have your email lists, right? You guys hopefully have had a list after however long you've been doing business, sphere of influence, your past clients, your whatever that list is. So we're going to be doing a campaign. Hey guys, new video, right? Blast that to your entire audience. Because if you've done a good job on the other steps, this video is pertinent to your audience. It's going to be accurate and important for them. And you're going to be able to get it directly in front of them using either the email campaigns on Dubb. We've done a training on this for you guys. If anyone wants that, let us know. Doing an email campaign, that's immediately going to get more views on your video. Drip campaigns. So if you guys have a nurturing sequence, this is another perfect step to add to that nurturing sequence. People are always looking to bring out that nurturing sequence because if someone buys a home from you today, they're probably not going to buy or sell another home for a while, right? At least a year. And so you're going to want to drip on those people for a minimum of 1 year. But you don't want to just put out useless content. You want to put out good content. And that's why the same rules that we started with, the research, the understanding your audience, that produces a good piece of content with the hook, with the attention, with everything you promised. And now we're going to be using this to feed, to fertilize all of our other efforts. So we know how important staying in touch with the sphere of influence is, your audience. This is one way to do that in a very meaningful way that's going to help you remain top of mind with your voice, your expertise. And it's going to get directly to them. And it's going to benefit both of these algorithms, right? Your sphere of influence marketing, keeping you top of mind, but also the cold audience on YouTube is going to benefit because we're going to get more views on those. So again, uploading to YouTube is just the first step to really take advantage of this across all of your channels. So the repurposing, Ruben, we call it the waterfall or the cascade. What the idea is, you have this one piece and it produces many other benefits and value for you. So step 4 is to share it across all your other channels once it's been uploaded. So, and again, any questions on any of these things, let us know. And we're gonna go now to the last part of this presentation here. So I have a bunch of questions. Ruben, any closing thoughts here before we start answering some questions?
Here's a couple of things that I always would like to recommend, and I'll kind of blitz through these. And I actually put these in the chat, so I'll reshare those right now. So number one is that we always have to ask ourselves, what is the device that we're going to use to record these videos? I love using the Dubb mobile app for recording videos because I can record in bursts. I can record in multiple clips, and I can also use the teleprompter. So if I use Ira, the AI assistant, I can craft my script up. I can add the human element. I can record multiple clips. I can speak in bursts, reading from the teleprompter, and then do a little bit of trimming just so that it's concise. And then I can upload from Dubb to YouTube. So please remember, folks, we do have an integration where you can upload from Dubb to YouTube. And that's very powerful because you can record your videos so much easier. It's difficult to just grab your phone or to grab a webcam and to start recording a video. You know, using those clips and that teleprompter, it's going to be your best friend. Number 2 is, you know, trim when necessary. On the Dubb desktop, on the Dubb website, there's a way to trim out unnecessary parts of a video. So let's say that in a transition or before 2 sentences, you had an extra long bit of time, you can trim that out. You can cut that out. If you want to use a video editor, that's great. Use that. But you can also use the trimmer. On the Dubb mobile app, you can also trim those individual clips. So remember, be empathetic for the person that's watching your video. Let's remove unnecessary things because time is money and we want to respect their time, okay? The next thing, I mentioned 3, which is uploading from Dubb to YouTube. The next thing is to import from YouTube into Dubb. So Darius has showed this 100 times before. If you click on the little red camera icon on the top right of your dashboard, you'll notice that one of the tabs says import video from YouTube. Add the link, add the title, and now you can have a Dubb landing page with your embedded YouTube video with your specific calls to action. The reason why we recommend doing this is because if you send a YouTube link to one of your clients or one of your prospects, the YouTube recommendation algorithm is probably going to serve them a video that they want to, or that they're going to want to watch, so that it's not an actionable video for you. Okay. You want to have those calls to action. You want them to book a time in your calendar. That's the whole point of doing this, right? And then number 5 is we've done an extensive training on how to build an automated workflow. You can go record 10 videos, your best topics that all your prospects and clients need to hear about. Record 10 videos on YouTube, and then create an automated drip sequence where you use those embedded YouTube videos as the video emails and also the SMS. Think about it. Now we're solving the viewership problem. We're getting people to view our videos and then as a result, subscribe to our channels. Remember, the more views, the more subscriptions, the more clients, and the more commissions. This is content. This is about scaling yourself. Remember all those times you used to say, God, I wish there was 3 more versions of me. Now you got it. And it's called video, and it's on YouTube, and it's on Dubb. So enjoy, and we're here to support.
Absolutely. You know, this is actually how we first grew this business was YouTube, right? We weren't doing door knocking and cold calling, and we weren't doing any advertising, we weren't doing direct sales. We were creating content and putting it out into the ether and having clients discover us. And, you know, that is the battle is a lot less uphill when it's that way, right? If someone discovers you on YouTube and it's a potential client, there's no selling at that point. They're like, oh my God, it's you. You're like a celebrity. This is so cool. The experience is completely different than when you're generating some lead online and trying to chase them down and compete with 10 other realtors. It's 100% different experience. It's like they're coming to you. They want to work with you because they found you and they liked what they saw, and they built that parasocial know, like, and trust with you before you even ever had a chance to speak to them. So the whys, I mean, literally, I've had that conversation like 1,000 times. People are like, oh my God, it's you. And it's like, yes, it's a great feeling. And I've had so many other clients express to me they've had that same experience where they send some videos out. They eventually get someone into a meeting, into a conversation, into a real life in-person meeting. And the experience has always been much more positive. They're like, wow, I feel like I'm speaking to a celebrity, because it creates that experience, and no real way around that. There's no real way to do that. I mean, unless you're, you know, you have a lot of billboard ads, that'll create something similar. Like, wow, it's you, it's the guy from the ad. That's that same type of experience you're gonna elicit when you're using videos like this, when they've seen you on YouTube or in their email or in their text message. So lots of reasons why. Okie dokie. Well, let's see here, guys. Any other questions? I think we answered each of them. Boyd, yeah, we can get you the deck, my friend. No worry. And appreciate your input here, Boyd, as well. Thank you for being a experienced YouTube professional and being able to make some good suggestions as well. In fact, he did recommend one. It was like repurpose.io or something. It looks like maybe a service that helps you do that cascade, that waterfall method that we mentioned, where one piece of content ends up being 2, 3, 4, 5 more pieces of content that's going to help you win business. So whether you're doing it yourself or whether you're using a service on it, don't just let that one piece of content be one piece of content. It can go power so many other things, just like we did here with ours. So lots of success stories in real estate and YouTube. I think we have a couple here. Like you said, Blake's done some videos. We had someone did 300 videos. Someone did 2,000 videos. The success stories are out there as well. It's just a matter of making this content for your audience, doing a half decent job on it, right? With the outlines we provided, the hook, getting their attention, delivering that promise. So these are the elements that are going to set you up for success with your guys' YouTube channel, whether you're starting now or looking to sort of get back into it and do a better job this second time around.
I wanted to bring Paige up on stage. If you'd like, Paige, great to see you. We've got Pro Dubb coach in the house. Paige is awesome. We worked with her extensively. So Paige, if you could drop your link in your chat, if you want to unmute and share some wisdom with us, we're all ears here.
Yeah, I'm happy to. I actually, if it's cool, I'll share. I found this article here, top 50 real estate agents on YouTube. Now, comparison is the thief of joy. So use this only for research purposes. Do not compare yourself to someone's step 20 when you're on step 1. But if you look at it here, there's a full list and you can click over to their YouTube channel. So if we look at Caitlin here, little hack here, go to the videos tab and click on this extra one here called popular. Go to popular and start taking a look and glance at what is popular. Notice some of her trends. She's including the city name. 2023, adding the year really helps in the title, and see where this has 9.9K views and it was posted 4 months ago, and her channel has 6.76K subscribers. So that is a really big indication that that might be popular. The other thing to think about is the fact that YouTube is a search engine because it's owned by Google. So if you use a tool like Answer the Public and you search for something like moving to your city, you can see what else people are searching on Google. And so, for example, what should I know? What should I know before moving? That could be a video topic And then to take things a step further, because you're posting to YouTube and not just Google, hang on, this search bar is in my way. You can go over to, I use the free version, but this is called vidIQ, and it shows you a ranking of YouTube videos. So you could type in things like what you believe people are searching for from your research, from other channels, or from what I just showed you. And it gives you this little graph that shows you the overall score for ranking and can give you an idea. Plus, it'll show you related keywords even on their free plan. So you can see this has low search volume, but very low competition, gives me that ability in my niche to target those keywords. And then if we just look at Louisville real estate, just a quick switch of the keywords, it brings up an overall higher score because there's more search volume. So I was hoping that you guys might find that useful. And then one of the last things I wanted to kind of share with you is that I have had success. It's kind of a pro hack. If you want to look for hiring a college intern, I agree with everything that Darius said, because don't overcomplicate something or throw a ton of money at something. But there are free college interns willing to work, show up on a Friday and help you batch content. I've done it for myself. I've even helped my home builder client do this, and then set up a simple project management board to put the content through the process and have them film and help you edit it. And then if you're open to it, I just wanted to share a couple more things. Don't be afraid to go behind the scenes with people, because what you think of in terms of this is step 6 I normally go with through a seller or a contract, or here's how this works. Don't wait until they're a client to show them step 6. Show things to people that makes them feel like they're already working with you. And it's just going to give them that trust that they'll want to work with you. And then when you talk about stories, you don't have to talk about the street address or their full names, but, you know, hey, my clients, Ted and Lisa, this is what they came to me with. This is what we did together. This is the result. This is how happy they were. You know, feel free to intermix your own personal experiences with theirs. And then lastly, call to action, which I know has already been mentioned. You want to link to a Dubb landing page, and don't be afraid to put a form on that page. So here's an example of using your banner. And people find this, for me, when they're seeing like a single video that they like or that they find interest. When they come to my profile, I've got this in my banner graphic to click over. So if you have a free buyer guide or free seller guide or something interesting about things they might want to learn, don't be afraid to put a video and a Dubb form. Now you take someone from just watching your YouTube video to actually putting in their name and email. I make mobile phone optional. I see like 40% of people will fill that out. Now I can actually call them, have a conversation with them, text them, email them, depending on how warm I feel that they are, so I can actually start building that relationship. So I know that was a lot of extra little tips I threw at you guys, but I'm hoping, Ruben, that kind of added to the presentation.
Yes.
And most importantly, just imperfect action.
Imperfect action, you know, be data driven. Let's do the feedback loop that we're all talking about here. This webinar was recorded. We will be sharing the link. I shared the link to Paige's course, kismatideas.com/Dubb. Paige, if there's any other links that you want to include, please include those to her coaching program. Highly recommended. Folks, I just want to present some simple mathematics to you guys to close this out, right? A lot of the times we look at YouTube accounts and we say, wow, that they have 100,000 subscribers. They have 1 million subscribers. And it's very easy to feel envious or to feel, wow, I wish I had what they had. But frankly, they don't have what you have. Maybe you've had a thriving business, and maybe you have a great referral program, and they don't have that. They've gone all in on YouTube, but what have they sacrificed? So the simple math that I want to share with you guys is that if you have 2 clients per month, that's 24 clients per year. And if you scale that over 10 years, that's 240 clients, right? Imagine if you had a YouTube channel with 1,000 subscribers and a quarter of those became clients. And then they referred you to another 2 people. And that cycle continued and continued and continued. You wouldn't actually need an external marketing source anymore, because you would be your own marketing source, and your content would be the shareable content that people can actually share with their friends. Because remember, every client that works with you has 2 potential friends that can also be your client. So the goal here is not to get 1 million subscribers. It's not. The goal here is to get 100 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers. And we know you can do that. We've done it several times over. You guys can do it. It's about consistency. It's about value. And it's about promoting your content and just giving people and the YouTube algorithm what it wants, which is a lot of these methods that we're discussing. We're here to support you guys. Thank you so much for coming to this webinar. Again, we will be sharing this link. And remember, invite people to this webinar because the more the merrier. Let's learn from each other. We got this. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you guys. Any questions about anything, let us know. We're gonna cut off here, but support@dubb.com. Live training every day. Email, chat, whatever you guys need, we're here to help. So any questions you guys get stuck on or want feedback on or anything like that, just reach out. We'll get you taken care of right away. All right. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.